like a match lighting a bonfire. This statement was made by Charles A. Lindbergh in 1927 as he flew his Spirit of St. Louis across the Atlantic Ocean and made history forever. This flight paved the way for many things to happen in the next few coming years. A few takeaways we can get from this flight is: 1, we need to attempt the impossible; 2, we should alter the course of history; and 3, we should advocate with our influence. The first thing we should know about this time is that aviation was in its infancy years. Thomas Weeks notes in his 2002 submission, Lone Eagle, Charles A. Lindbergh, an aviation hero, to the Journal of Aircraft, that flight really got started at the turn of the century. As the next 10 years went on, advancements were made to airplanes and things got better. In 1919, Raymond Ortiz set a prize money of $25,000 for the first person who would fly non-stop across the Atlantic and land in Paris. Many pilots took on this challenge, but according to Stanley Shapiro in 2009, the article, The Celebrity of Charles Lindbergh in Air Power History, that many of these pilots failed to complete this task. Another thing that worked against Lindbergh was that his background was affecting his credibility. Raymond Fredette gives us some insight to Lindbergh's childhood in his article to Air Power History, In Pursuit of Charles Lindbergh. That he was a shy, small kid from a little town in Minnesota, and he wasn't on anybody's radar at this time. Lindbergh worked as an airmail carrier, and he was a daredevil stuntman. Another issue that Lindbergh ran into was he did not have people supporting him in the air manufacturers. They would not sell him a plane. He ran his vision across to some St. Louis businessmen, and they agreed to sponsor him. And a California company decided to build Lindbergh a plane with his specifications. So we must first attempt the impossible, and then through that we will alter the course of history. For history to be made, we need organization and we need determination. Lindbergh showed these as he made his preparations for the plane. He had everything, that all the adjustments he needed were made as far as weight, his flight path, and all the other things that go along with that. He also had to be mentally ready to take on such a flight, with it being 33 and a half hours long. So, and sometimes it's going to get rough along the way, along the course of history. Lindbergh faced ice, he faced storms, he faced sleepiness as he went across the Atlantic Ocean. And those are things we have to fight through. As he landed, he made us we were inspired by his landing and completion of this challenge. There was worldwide buzz created, and he would soon return home to the United States and go on the Guggenheim tour to promote aviation across 92 cities throughout the United States. So this put aviation on the map. So along with altering the course of history through this event, we must also advocate with our influence. Charles A. Lindbergh used his platform to help with these aviation advancements. He also had ties to rocketry, biomedical research, and military advancements. And he was also an advocate for the conservation of resources. So we see here one man can change the course of history. He can provide influence and make things happen. So through the flight, we see that we should attempt the impossible, alter the course of history, and we should advocate with our influence. We can make a difference too, just like Lindbergh did. So there's power within us to achieve this. So we should strive to leave a lasting legacy and transcend our own expectations.